Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It is 3:01. It's a little bit past 3 o'clock, but it's okay. So what I want you to do right now, for the individual right now that's currently watching, give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me just before I get all the way deep into it. I don't want to just start talking and keep talking and you I don't know if you can hear me or not. So I just need you to go ahead and put something in the chat just so I know that you hear me. I read you. Good afternoon, Mr. Webb. Can you hear me? Let me know. It's a little low. Synergy Village. I just turned the gain up a little bit. All right, how about now? Yes, no, maybe so. I see somebody texting. Yes, but low. All right, bet. Let me do some more stuff. How about now? I can hear you though. Okay. All right. It's definitely been a while since I've been on this platform doing this live stuff. Kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss it. Just coming on in the morning, just talking about, the podcast, back in the day, consistency is currency before stuff really got deep in creating this brand, which we now call the Innovation Black Chamber of Commerce. But I kind of miss y'all just a little bit, just a little bit. All right. So for those that I got you, Miss Cindy. So I'm just going to shout out those who are in the room right now. I got Miss Cindy. I don't want to mess up your last name. I have Synergy Village. I have Carl Webb. Just for being in this space, I just want to say I appreciate you, men and women, just for being in this virtual land right now, this digital space that we can share, communicating with one another and doing this whole digital fellowship right now. So, all right, so we're not going to belabor any of this. So for right now, I'm just going to be transparent. So AI and Innovation Week was very, very, very. It was good. All right, it was good. I'll say that it was good. A lot of times I say it was all right. I have high expectations on just being a vessel or being or creating opportunity for communities to win, communities to thrive, communities to learn, communities to grow. Because when individuals learn, those individuals take it back to their communities and they implement those lessons or those educational platforms that they learn. They implement them back into their communities, and we all have the ability to level up, like some people say. So, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you some highlights from AI and Innovation Week. Previously, of course, it was called Black Business Week. Um, to me, looking at how Black Business Week was, it was very analog. For those that know what digital and analog is, it was very analog. We were driving around, we will tear down a whole uh, classroom or event space. Everybody's throwing a piece of something in their vehicles, and we'll drive around the city going to different areas and different locations. But it was taxing. But if we ever want to create something new and we're going to this digital space, then what we did was we put it into one location. Like we've never really been in the civic center hosting an event like we do when we go out. You know what I'm saying? Some of us who travel and do a lot of professional development conferences and workshops and stuff like that. We'll travel to go to those things a lot of times because it's not really where we're located sometimes. So we'll go out and we'll go get it and we'll come back. So what we did was we leveled up. We put it in the Killeen Civic and Conference Center, and we just advanced the knowledge base, not just of the workshops itself, but the knowledge base of talent that we brought into the city. And I say we because it was a team thing. I would definitely show 100% gratitude to the team that formed together like Voltron. And it was like, okay, bet, let's do it. For some of you that do not know, typically we'll plan this out 6 months in advance. But this time we cut it real short. Not that we cut it close, but we cut it short. But we're definitely going to go back and redo and reshape some things because we did. AI and Innovation Week in 60 days. So for some of y'all who throw events, you know what small, narrow of a window you have when you do something in 60 days. But we did it. We pulled it off. We got sponsors in. We have volunteers in. We have partners that came in. We have vendors, not vendors. Let me take that back. We had exhibitors come in and just create what you saw for those that did come out, create what you saw, and was just a huge asset to what we did. So let me go ahead and pull some of these images up just so you can see um, what went on. This is the team that formed together. I'm very proud of this team. This is the first time this team had worked together. So if you recognize anybody in this team, just go ahead and tag them and put their name in the comment section and just tell them thank you. If you received anything from this week at our workshops, these are the individuals that came together and said, you know what, let's build this for our communities that we share, our communities that we live in. We have teammates on this team right here that's from Colleen, that's from Temple, that lives in Harker Heights. I think even Cove. So we actually came together and built this tri city, probably quad city worth of information, um, all into one space. So from left to right, I appreciate everyone for being a part of what you saw this week. AI and Innovation Week started on Monday, February the 10th. It went all the way up to the 13th, which was yesterday. Why? Because I was not trying to compete with people that do things for Valentine's, Galentine's, whatever you want to call it. I was not trying to compete between you and your boo. So we cut it off on the 13th just so we can give respects for those who do like to get out and do things and travel and just do a whole 3 day weekend or 40 week. It's gonna be a 40 weekend, right? Yeah, because President's Day is on Monday. So Joker's got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. So we just wanted to make sure that we gave everyone the opportunity to not just learn, but also give the opportunity to go and break and rest and go out with your loved ones and do things together. So definitely appreciate this team. This is how it started. It started in a room of chairs, in a room of tables. This this right here is one of the rehearsals that we were in for the actually this is like day three. But I wanted to show like the empty settings because now as you see the images going forward, you will see how much participation we had with the AI and Innovation Week. This is Mr. Webb and his business partner, Mr. Greg. We're going through rehearsals, getting prepared for you. This is how serious that we took this event. We were rehearsing days before, the day before, or days before, and ensuring that we're giving you our best to make sure that we're giving you a product that you can actually say, man, they did that. Or you can say, man, I'm glad I came because there were a lot of people that signed up. I'm just going to be transparent. There was a lot of people that signed up that did not show up. Of course, a lot of those names I know that have signed up and didn't show up. I get it, life be lifing, but you probably could have sent a representative. There was that much information and dialogue that was a blessing to everyone that actually came. So then we went in, and the classroom just started to fill up. I mean, just so much um, energy that was in each room. If you actually registered and showed up for AI and Innovation Week, go ahead and put inside the chat like what was your favorite class? Like what was your aha moment? I went to this workshop and this was my aha moment. Or you can say I went to this workshop and this is what I learned that I didn't know before I came out to AI and Innovation Week. So as you can see right now, we have Mr. Webb up there. So what this workshop was about, it taught you how to um, use a digital card because some of us, not me, some of us still use paper cards. A lot of times those paper cards get left in the car. Sometimes those paper cards get left in articles of clothing and get washed, or you got to say, "Oh, let me get this, business card when I get home, and then I'll take a picture of it and send it to you." When you have a digital card, you don't have to do that anymore. And what Mr. Webb and Mr. Greg was showing you, Cardia's digital card and the other integrations that they have on that digital card. Definitely want you to check that out because the chamber has one, a digital card, as well as we have our committee leads, that also have the digital cards that falls under one umbrella. I love it because it's a lead generating card. I see Mr. Webb in the room. Just go ahead and drop your link about your, Cardis, digital business card. Drop that link inside the chat, Mr. Webb, just so people can go ahead. Whether they're watching it live, they're going to watch it on the replay. Just go ahead and drop that link just so they can know a little bit more about Cardia's digital card. Um, and this is, again, as you can see, the room was full filled of individuals from the front all the way to the back. It was just a blessing just to see, the amounts of people that came out. There were probably about 20 people that came from Austin alone. So for my Killeen folks that live in this city that didn't show up, for my Herker Heights people, the thing is, we go and we will, put ourselves in places and spaces because we desire to learn what we need to learn. So I desire for you to, um, get outside of your comfort zone. There were a lot of people that were not, as some people would say, techies, but they got out of their own way and they put themselves in places like this, and they started to learn how much technology that they already knew and how much they began to learn more about technology when they were, a part of the AI and Innovation Week. As you can see, we have this is, Miss, Miranda from Navy Federal. She brought her counterpart. We have the Killeen Chamber that also, not Killeen. This is the Temple Chamber. Killeen Chamber didn't show up. We have the Temple Chamber, that's here, as well. So just a lot of support that came from a lot of outlining, individuals, and people even came from Dallas and McKinney and stuff like that to be a part of the AI and Innovation Week. And here is this event, this workshop, which was, it was teaching you how to write a book. It was teaching you how to, use Canva even in creating your ebook. This was a great, workshop. Here we see one of our sponsors, which was the Clean Visitors Bureau. We have Miss Lila. Make sure I didn't say her name wrong because I know she would have got me. We have Miss Lila, Miss Holly that came out and taught this class. This class was very well put together. So Miss Holly was one of the students in the Canva workshop, and she actually took what she learned in that Canva workshop and she changed the trajectory of her slides. And and it's like, I learned this today, I executed this now. I'm gonna say that again. I will learn this today and I will execute it now. She took what she learned and she executed, and the automations, that her slide had just actually changed how people saw it. And it was actually paying, not that it didn't pay more attention, but when you have moving pieces on your slide, it actually enhanced the conversion of how people are paying attention, because people pay attention to things that move. So when you have slides and they move, I mean, don't do too much of it, but she had just enough to keep them engaged in what's going on. And not only did you learn how to create the ebook, but you also converted the ebook into a flip book, which was definitely a game changer because we have a lot of nonprofit organizations that, some of them use, uh, digital souvenir books, some of them do not, but a lot of people didn't know that you can create your ebook or your digital book, just through Canva by itself. So for everyone that was in the class, you may be a part of an organization and you may have a gala or a banquet, whatever it is. You can be that much more of an asset now to that church or that organization, to where you can say, you know what, I learned how to do this, and pastor or such and such, can I help you do your souvenir book, for the banquet? Now you can. So now all you got to do is hit that QR code. It takes them to that digital book. And now people are able to read. That's less money that your organization will have to pay out because now they don't have to print, this saddle stitch book and print uh, 300, 400 copies, and they're paying anywhere between 15 to $1,800 or $900, depending on the quantity that they're printing out. Now you can create this digital book and hit the QR code, and now you just save yourself money that you can reallocate and put somewhere else. So again, Ms. Layla, appreciate you for just coming on. Her class was kind of last minute, like, hey, what are you doing on the 13th? you know, what class would you teach if you was able to teach a class during AI and Innovation Week? She just jumped on it just like that. So I appreciate your leadership and your intellect and coming in and getting involved with AI and Innovation Week. And make sure you reach out to Miss Holly. Miss Holly, if you got classes that you have that you want to take some of the participants and get them involved in what you have going on. If you have a class, go ahead and drop that link inside the chat. And this is just some more imagery of what happened. As you can see, Miss Teresa, she's in there learning. This class was the prompt engineering from DSDT. You have people that was using their laptops, you have people that was using their phone, but they all went out for the same common goal. I am going to learn something about artificial intelligence and the innovation behind it. So, this right here is the Google class. I'm going to tell you right now, this class, this young lady right here, if you miss this Google class, this is what, Coach Wilson was saying. Let's take a funny picture. So, you might see some funny faces, whatever. Um, but this Google class, this lady, Google flew her in from Ohio. So she came all the way from Ohio just to teach us about Google's AI products and how to use them for our businesses, for our organizations, even for ourselves. So if you actually showed up for AI and innovation, I 100% know that you learned something from this lady right here. So we definitely thank her for coming in and the beginning of the relationship that we have started with AI and innovation. And here it is. This class is how to automate your follow up. As you can see, there's a lot of people again filled from front to back. Right here, we have the area Urban League and their team that came up all the way from Austin. We have people that just showed up and just participated. And this is Mr. Mark Drake, who had taught a very well and detailed block of instructions on how to automate, how to keep yourselves in front of your customers in order for them to develop more of a relationship as opposed to missing out on the opportunity to fostering a relationship, a longer lasting relationship, instead of them forgetting who you are or you forgetting where did you meet them at. So that was a great thing that he had. And Mr. Drake and his wife had came from McKinney, so the instructors came all the way from McKinney, and I definitely appreciate everybody that's in here that showed up and showed their support for this workshop. This was our panel discussion. These ladies just, I mean, they killed it. They did a great job, coming in, communicating from their perspectives as well as um, their their skill and expertise about what they were communicating from how does AI and how do you reshape the culture of AI. And you have Miss KJ right here, who is a cybersecurity adjutant. She's a professor where she is up there in Frisco. So she taught a lot of great things and had a lot of great points to provide for the individual that was in the room. And this is the second Google Workshop class. I have images from the first one, but this is the second Google Workshop class. As you can see, this room was filled again from front to back, from left to right. There were a lot of relationship building that was going on. But the main thing is, people were learning because they wanted to learn and they showed up with the intent to learn and to take it back. This is the back end, well, the front end with the class. This is Mr. Gregory Harrington, Dr. Omar Coffee. This is Dr. Cassandra Bradford. She came from Dallas. Dr. Cassandra, she's from Arlington, and Miss KJ, she came from Frisco. And as you can see, the panel discussion, the floor, the chairs, and stuff like that, the setup came up from our setup sponsor, which was um, the Miles Group. Definitely appreciate Miles Group for showing up and just being in this space. It was a very nice setup. It wasn't your typical brown table in the front, draped with the tablecloth, chairs in the back, um, and the moderator standing behind a podium. We actually created the setting just so people can have much more of a, like you're sitting from the outside looking at people talk in a living room, but you're getting a much more inside view. This is kind of like the fly on the wall type of conversation. So I definitely create, I definitely love how much information that they pushed out, and the information that people were learning. And this is again from front to back, left to right, participation from the group. And again, just just proud to create something that was just a success. And if you missed this class, this was the Canva class. This is Miss Olivia. Miss Olivia came from Austin up here to teach this workshop. Great, great, great workshop. If you missed it, we'll see you next year. And this is Meta. Meta is our title sponsor that came on to sponsor the AI and Innovation Week. Everyone in here was learning how to use Meta and Meta AI tools to not just enhance how they market, but also enhance what they do and how they use the platform itself. So everyone in here was learning either something that they just learned, um, newly learned, or to enhance what they already knew about the platform itself. So definitely thank Meta for coming on board. This gentleman right here, Mr. Jones, Meta flew Mr. Jones from New York. So this instructor flew on assignment from Meta to come out to Killeen, Texas to teach us. So we definitely appreciate him for just coming, and just being incorporated into this community, because we were learning like intentionally, and we were learning on purpose. So for everyone that again showed up, I appreciate you. Meta, thank you for being a sponsor. HEB, thank you for being a sponsor. Walmart, thank you for being a sponsor. Prosperity Broadcast, thank you for being a sponsor, as well as the Killeen Visitors Bureau. We thank you for being a sponsor. So let me go into the chat to see who's new and what they're saying. Okay, Miss Holly, thank you for coming in. Miss Cindy, she said teamwork makes the dream work. That was 100% true. Like we had um, after action review after each day, and we talked about what can we do better to increase the experience for everyone for the next day. Of course, the thing that I loved about team was whatever happened, it happened in the back office. It didn't really happen and show on the front end. So that was very great for us to take what we learn from each other, but also allow ourselves to actually create, great things and a great product. We have Miss Holly. She says, glad to be of service. I really enjoyed the whole week. That was Miss Holly on the Hey You detail. For some of us that's prior service, we know what that means. And Miss Cindy, she said, Lila, thank you for introducing me to Canva to create via AI. Being over being in over the 60 club, I was able to grasp the information to work with my I work at my pace at home. Thank you, Miss Cindy, for being who you are and for actually allowing yourself the grace to learn and to be comfortable in being able to say, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me how to do this? And I appreciate you for just acknowledging the experience that you have gained and the experience um, in what you're going to do in going forward. So, without further ado, I 100% appreciate you. So, for everybody that's watching, for everyone that's listening, let's go ahead and get ready. We're going to woo-side for a little bit. I probably put out a save the date to get ready for AI and Innovation Week 2026. For those that's watching on LinkedIn, if you are an AI instructor, facilitator, and if you're interested in teaching during the second week of February in 2026, go ahead and send me a message in my DM. We had lightly touched on DeepSeek. Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest about it. We don't know where AI is going to be in 2026, right? To be honest. So, what I would say for you that are AI instructors, if you're interested and you have a solid plan, you know how to instruct, and you know how to create lesson plans, go ahead and send me a message because I think the way this is going to grow, we have to make sure that the instructors match the vision. Because when the instructors match the vision, then everyone is going to gain experiences that's going to take them from where they are, that's going to take them to where they need to go or where they're about to go. So go ahead and send us a message to let me know I teach this in AI or this innovative platform I would like to teach, go ahead and leave me a message and I will see you. I'm not going to say mañana. I don't know how to say 2026 in Spanish, whatever it is. That wasn't my thing. I can teach you AI, but I can't teach you Spanish. So I know what my gift is. Do you know what yours is? If it's AI, send me a message and you will be a part of AI and Innovation Week 2026. So I thank y'all. Be blessed. Peace.